everyone, and welcome back to another Trey's Let's Play Resonant Rise 3. This is episode 6. As you can see, I've been really busy between episodes. Did a lot of digging. Got a lot done. Not sure how I feel about this build yet. I really like these Futura blocks. They look like the Applied Energistics controllers, but not sure about them yet. I'll let it go a little further before I switch them out. I'm not sure about these Tyrian blocks either. I don't really like the pattern on them. What I'm thinking about doing is going out and finding a volcano from Project Red and grabbing the basalt and seeing what that looks like. I'm going to move this too because I don't like the way the water sits like that with cobblestone underneath. I actually do kind of like the way the water looks. Don't like the way the cobblestone looks. So I'm going to keep working on this. I'm also going to bring the big reactor, and I'm probably going to stick it in one of these walls, maybe the back one. No, probably probably the side one right here, just so I can stick the machines down here. I also want to do a little bit of work on the center platform, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these stairways, and there's going to be a central platform here. It's going to be kind of like the command hub of the lab. It's going to have applied energistics terminals and all kinds of things over here, so you don't really have to leave this area. And then I'm going to have rooms off the sides of the platforms the whole way down through. Those will be all different kinds of things that the base can do. Farming rooms and machine rooms and power rooms and all kinds of things like that. So I'm going to keep working on this a little bit. Probably going to do a little bit of mining too. I've also got to upgrade this barrel again. We now have 128 stacks of cobblestone. So real quick, I'm going to show you, in order to upgrade a barrel even further, you just take some iron, some wood. We're going to make some more fences, just like we did before. Oh, I forgot I'm going to need planks. That'll get us our structural upgrade 2. Take that, stick it on the barrel. Now we have 2 more upgrade slots. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and make 2 more upgrades, which means we're going to need 2 more barrels. Means we're going to need 2 more slabs. Which we don't have anymore. Let's stick this cobblestone in here for now. Pull out some wood. I've got 2 more barrels. We're going to need 2 more pistons. No, we're going to need 4 more pistons. Just like that will get us 2 more upgrades. Each one of these will increase the size of a barrel by 64 stacks. You can now hold 16,384 items, or 256 stacks inside this barrel. So it's doubled again, which is awesome. So like I said, I'm going to continue to move some stuff around, get the central platform started. I'm going to move the big reactor down. I'm going to move these machines against the wall and get rid of this floating island. See if I can find some basalt, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I've got the big reactor moved, and I want to do something with another mod here. It's called Carpenter Blocks, and basically Carpenter Blocks allows you to make these Carpenter's blocks, which you can retexture with any block that you place on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go down here to where these stairs are. I'm going to place the stairs here, and here, and here. Well, I ran out of one, but we can make one more. Right there. And then I'm going to retexture them with these factory blocks, which are from Chisel. All we do is right click here. Also going to take these out. What I'm thinking about doing is trying to find a type of glass that is a little less clear than this quite clear glass. The reason I'm using this type of block is that glass doesn't play real nice with carpenter's blocks, especially modded glass. Vanilla glass actually does, but it looks kind of weird because it has those lines through it. I don't really care for vanilla glass. This quite clear glass, though, from Ender.io is actually kind of too clear. There's a lot of times where I was building the platform and I didn't know whether or not there was actually glass there. So I would either fall through or I would expect to fall through and then not. And both things is really annoying. So I'm going to play around with some different kinds of glass. The one I'd really like to try is actually the mana glass from Botania. So we might get into some Botania. The mana glass, if I remember correctly, it's just glass thrown into a mana pool. I know ice works, but the problem with ice is I can't really use it as there's a lot of blocks in Botania. I can't really use ice as a surface because you like slip around on it, unless I would put down carpenter blocks every single place I would want to use ice. I don't really want to do that either because that'd be a lot of work. But let me continue moving things around. I still want to get this moved. I did get the big reactor moved and all the machines moved over here. I still have some Tyrian to put back down. But I'm going to continue to move things and see how we can get this place to look. Just real quick, guys, if you take a look at my mini-map, you'll notice apparently the swamp is the place to be if you're a sheep. So if you're a sheep and you're listening, make sure you head on over to the swamp because apparently that's where all the good parties are. But seriously, I did find a whole bunch of sheep over here in the swamp, so I'm going to get a sheep farm set up pretty soon, but for now I'm just going to grab some of this wool as I continue on my search for obsidian. If I find anything else cool or some obsidian, I'll let you guys know. Here we go, guys. I did add some quartz to my sword, so it's much more powerful, and I did get it up to looting 3, so we can finally get a decent amount of ender pearls, which we're going to need. This will actually let us get our elevator started so we can get rid of that ugly ladder that's coming right down through the middle of our lab. But let's see if we can get this guy down here. There we go. I don't know what the heck was up with that. Must have been glitched into the tree. So I'm going to keep looking around for some basalt. I don't understand. Normally those volcanoes from Project Red are everywhere, and I have yet to find one. So I'm going to keep flying around here and see if we can come across one. Here we go, guys. Peeked up over this hill. We're not really that far from home, so it's not too bad of a trip. But I did find a volcano with some basalt. Now, apparently it looks like it does not have a texture for BD craft. So I'm going to break one of these. Apparently not get anything back for it. Huh. That's really weird. Let me play around with this a little bit, guys, and see if I can figure out why I'm not getting any basalt. Alright, so apparently it was just a little bit of lag. The world was still generating around. I did get the basalt. Unfortunately, it does not work with chisel. So that's not going to work for us because I need those 64 res textures. So let me try to find another alternative for some kind of smooth black block, and I'll be back. Alright guys, we're back at base. As you can see, I did switch out the stairs with these slopes. They still look like you're walking up and down stairs, but I just like the way they're a little bit cleaner than stairs. I use stairs here, which is going to go down into where our elevator is. The elevator does have a 16 block range, so we're going to test it out. That should only be 12, 14, it'll actually be close. So let's see, I'm going to take my wool, these ender pearls I got. We're actually going to need 2 of these to work together. There is a way to color these. It has something to do with dyeing clay or ceramic or something. I don't remember what it is. I'll look it up later, and I will change the color of these. But for now, we're just going to throw one right here. I'm going to fly right up here. We're going to throw one right... we're going to miss that one. Alright, and then we're going to test it out. Shift goes down, jump goes up. Yay, we're within range. So we don't have to do any moving of anything there. And now that means this giant ladder can go away. We are going to keep the part that goes down into the mine shaft. But we're going to bring this whole thing down so that we don't have to look at this giant cobblestone pillar anymore. Actually close this up at the top here too. Do I have a piece of glass? I do. Actually, I won't need a piece of glass. What I do need is some dirt. Let me get rid of this. Gonna chop down these. That's a piece of cobblestone actually down there. And we'll do smooth stone. Oops. So you do want to be careful when you're jumping when you're on top of that, because it will shoot you up to the other one. We have to get rid of the ladder. And there we go. Finish off this little build. I put away my Futura blocks, so let's go grab some of those quick. Goes one, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then there will be stairs. Do I have any more stairs? I do. I have the perfect amount, actually. I can't use one of them, obviously, because the ladder's there, but I can put the other two in for now, just so it looks a little better. And I should have grabbed the other block while I was there. Do I have any of these left? Hello? Apparently not. No, I think I did run out because I didn't even finish off one of these slopes. There's some carpenter blocks sticking out. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make more of these. These are just factory blocks, which is just a little bit of iron and some smooth stone. So you can see this is starting to shape up a little better. I still am not sure how I feel about these blocks. I also don't like the jagged edges everywhere, so I might take some of those slopes, which are right here, and go around this whole thing at an angle like that, and that will look like that. That might be a little better, because I really don't like the only bad thing about that is I still have the jagged edge on the inside. So what I might actually end up doing... No, that won't work. Not sure. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep looking for a black block that I can use for the wall, because I really don't like the way these look. I want something a little smoother, something that's not like you can see each individual block. So actually, let's bring up chisel and see what our options are there. Smoky quartz. See, here we have a chiseled basalt brick, which is made with basalt brick slab. These are actually from Britannia. I didn't know Britannia even had basalt. But how do you make these slabs? From basalt bricks. Those are made from 4 basalt, which is a Britannia block. And how do you make basalt? Andesite. Alchemy catalyst in a mana pool. That's tempting, actually, although I still don't have blaze rods. Might want to get that done too. Let me clear out my inventory. I think I'm going to take a trip to the nether, get some blaze rods going. I'd like to get, now that I have ender pearls, which I do have a few more in one of these chests. I think I stick it in with my gems and dusts. So I have 3 there. I used the other 2 that I just got, but this will be enough to make 2 ender chests. I'm still going to need like 16 to make the 2 tesseracts that we're going to need for our quarry. I'm debating whether or not to go straight for an ender quarry. I mean, the hardest part about an ender quarry is the magical wood. So if we look in here, you'll see there's 2 ender cores. Those ender cores each require 4 magical wood. It does require a bunch of ender pearls too, but those aren't too hard to get. But the magical wood requires enchanted books. And there's a couple ways to get these. I usually just go for the vanilla way, because really I need 4 magical wood. The higher you have the enchantments on these books, the more magical wood it will give you, so it doesn't necessarily give you 1 magical wood per this recipe. These are all level 3 enchantments or higher. It'll give you more. It's possible to even get all of them that I need in one shot. But, I mean, I have 41 levels to burn. Yeah, let me get an enchanting room started. That'll actually be the first room that we create in our little laboratory here. So, I mean, this room is round, the lab's round, so there's really no front, but I'm kind of considering this the front right now as I talk about it, because it's where all the storage is. So the back, which is over here, is where I'm thinking I might want to build a room. So let me get a room chiseled out here quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm still on the hunt for some cool looking blocks. I did discover there are these blocks from Chisel called anti-blocks. Now, I'm not sure if I want to use these because they're almost too flat. They do look kind of cool for, like, if you want to use them for like panels or something. They might even emit light. I'm not sure. So I'm going to break some of these torches and bring up our little F7 screen to see if we get apparently they don't create light, because there you can see right next to them it's still got the spawn point. So we're gonna go ahead and put our torches back. So they don't create light, but they do look cool. I'm probably gonna use them for like some kind of panels, but we'll have to see how that works out. I did run around and grab some dye. I killed some squid and got some black ink to make those, and I got some mystical green flowers from Botania because I haven't found a desert yet, so I don't have cactus to make green. Just light that up quick. So in order to make dye with these, all you need to do is make a mortar and pestle, and I'm pretty sure that that is made like this or something similar. There we go. Pestle and mortar. So then you make your petals out of the flower, put that in there with pestle and mortar, and you're going to get floral green powder. And this works basically the same as cactus green. So if I take my 8 white anti-blocks and I surround them with floral green powder, that'll give me green anti-blocks. And if I take those and come over here, throw them in the wall, get rid of these black ones for now. That looks kind of cool. I'm going to try the lime ones as well, see how they look. Take our mortar and pestle again. Oh yeah, we did make petals. Like that. We'll get our floral green powder. We'll take that. We'll surround anti-blocks with it, and that will make lime anti-blocks. And we'll come over here next to the green ones and see how they compare. That's our old mining tunnel, by the way. We are down that deep. That was our first mining tunnel. So they look almost the same. They're a little brighter, but not much. I'm gonna have to decide which one. I might go with this one because I do like the brighter color, but I'm kind of want to go for a darker motif in here. So maybe we will go with these. I don't know. We'll decide. In the meantime, I'm going to keep looking for some blocks. As you guys can probably tell, I'm not really sure where I'm going with this episode because we haven't worked on any major projects. We got a room started for enchanting, but other than that, I've mostly been messing around with trying to decorate the room and figure out how we want our lab to look. So another thing I'm going to work on is in order to do the enchanting room, I'm going to need books. I'm going to need a lot of books. And in order to make books, I'm going to need either paper or you can make it with, actually either way I'm going to need paper. It's leather that I can decide. There's a couple recipes for books. You can either use leather and 3 pieces of paper, that's the vanilla recipe, or you can use a piece of string, 2 of those blank patterns from Tinker's Construct. So if you have a lot of wood, it gets rid of the need for leather, but then you need string. So we do have plants that grow hemp for us, and we can turn into string, but we don't have a very big field. I did run around and kill a bunch of cows. I only got 6 leather. So I'll have to figure out which way I want to do that. I do want to get some kind of paper going. In order to make paper, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can use the vanilla sugar cane. These are blank envelopes from forestry. I'm not even sure how they work because I never used them. You can use books to make paper, but we're trying to make books, so that kind of defeats the purpose. You can use a carpenter. I don't really want to have to make a whole carpenter for that. You can get it from bees. We're not going to do that. This mechanism makes sawdust in a precision sawmill. That's not a guaranteed drop. So what I might do is make it this way. So sawdust from mechanism or thermal expansion. Sawdust from thermal expansion is just wood and a pulverizer, gives you 2 sawdust. So it would take 2 logs to make 1 recipe. So 2 logs will make 2 pieces of paper, which we have a good supply of wood now, and I can always make a tree farm. So I think we're going to go that route. So let me start getting the parts together I need for that so we can get some auto paper going. Most of my playthroughs, I just kind of struggle through with paper and grind it out as I need it. I don't want to do that with this playthrough because it's just too time consuming. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we've got a pulverizer now. I also made a cyclic assembler and a machinist workbench because you can use these to autocraft. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to autocraft paper so that we always have a supply of it. But what I'm going to do first, because I actually need some paper to get some of this going, is pulverize this wood into sawdust so I can show you exactly how this recipe works. I should put a crafting bench over here. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the one I have in my inventory here. I'm going to put it right here in the middle. And we lost our piece of glass. We're going to take a bucket of water. We are going to... Oh, that's cool. It actually puts the Sphax logo on the Pam's Harvest Craft water. I'm going to take the 4 sawdust around that, and that'll get us 2 pieces of paper. Along with 2 pieces of paper, we're going to need a piece of lapis. And that'll get us our blank schematic. And then our blank schematic is going to go in the machinist workbench right here. And then what we need to do is create the recipe that we want that schematic to have. So I'm going to need 2 more pieces of paper, another bucket of water. No, I'm going to need another bucket of water and 2 more sets of that sawdust. So I'm going to go get another bucket of water. I think there's blood inside of our smeltery, by the way, because there's something red in there. Pretty sure something spawned in there and then died, and that does create blood. Grab this piece of bucket of water. I'm going to grab our 4 pieces of sawdust. We're going to go up here, put the water there, and the 4 pieces of sawdust. I'm going to write that schematic, and now you'll see it shows 1 times water and 4 times dust, wood, or sawdust. We'll make 2 pieces of paper. We're going to take that out of there. The reason they're red is because it looks for the materials in the bottom here, and if it can't find them, it turns them red, so that's fine. Now that that recipe is done, we're going to take that, we're going to throw the schematic in here, and then anytime we have water and sawdust in these bottom slots, it's going to create paper. Now the cyclic assembler is kind of nice in the sense that instead of having to put buckets of water in there, you can just put water or whatever liquid is needed for the recipe inside its internal tank. So I would like to get a way to get water in here. I think we can just, no we can't. So if I take this and put it here and then throw those there, it will make 2 pieces of paper immediately. But I don't want to have to use buckets all the time, so I'm going to eventually put water into this. This will eventually also be hooked up to an applied energistic system, so I can request water just by throwing sawdust in. But now that we have that going, we have a way of getting paper, and all we have to do is take our pulverizer, throw in a bunch of wood. I might actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move our igneous extruder and aqueous accumulator over here so that the aqueous accumulator can provide water to the cyclic assembler as well. So we'll work on that. We have paper going. I'm going to start making books, and we are going to get an enchanting setup going. Actually, let me real quick make an enchanting table while we're thinking of it. Do I have my bucket? Yes, I do. So I'm going to need 4 pieces of obsidian, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to need a diamond. We're also going to need a book, which means we're going to need more paper. Ooh, totally missed that. So we've got our sawdust. We can throw that right in here. Then we're just going to need some water. What I can also do, actually, let's make this quick. Take this, throw it in here. We're going to need 2 diamonds, actually. Can't even remember my vanilla recipes. We are running low on diamonds again. Not even sure we have enough to make our quarry. And then we just need a bucket of water will probably be good. Oop, watch out for the creeper. Take this, and we're going to throw it in our cyclic assembler. That'll get us 2 more pieces of paper. We'll take our bucket back. And with that, we'll need a piece of leather. Oops. We're going to have to, actually, can we just do it in our crafting grid? That'll make us a book. So that's our first book. That'll get us our enchanting table. I have tried to turn down the volume on the fireworks, and I even took the master volume for Minecraft all the way down to 20%. Everything else is really, really quiet, and then the fireworks are still super loud. So I don't know if there's a setting to turn off the fireworks or anything like that, but if anybody knows, let me know, and I'll look around for it, because they are actually kind of annoying. So we're going to take this, and we're just going to throw it down here for now. And that'll give us more fireworks that we will quickly run away from. So now that we've got that going, I'm debating whether or not I want to bother to make the bookshelves to make the high-level enchanted books. Probably not. We probably have enough experience to get enough books to make enough magical wood for the ender quarry. As it is, we're just going to need a lot of books. So what I'm going to do now is get some more things together to continue with this build, and I'll be right back. So what I've done here, guys, is I have moved the igneous extruder and the aqueous accumulator over here. I'm going to take this barrel for smooth stone, I'm going to throw it right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the water out of the aqueous accumulator with these pressurized fluid conduits. I'm going to run it back here. I'm actually going to run the water the whole way across here and here. I'm going to have this accept from the back. That should allow water. This didn't connect because there was a fluid present in the pipe at the time that I placed these down. So all you have to do to fix that is right click with a wrench and it'll connect those pipes, and then this will begin to fill with water. Now, it's taking that water and it's using it immediately because it's creating paper with all the sawdust. I did throw a stack of wood in the pulverizer. So it's going to use all that sawdust along with the water that's coming in, and it's going to make us a whole bunch of paper. So now that that's done, I can actually close up this. Oops. I want to bring it back out a layer first. And that aqueous accumulator will be completely hidden. And then we still have room right here for 2 more machines. I'm going to extend our power right here real quick before I end up closing this off too far. This doesn't require power, so it can just sit there like that. We do have to set it to input from the back, though, so it can take in water as well. Set this back to obsidian mode. I did not bring our tank over, so I'm going to go grab that quick. This does need refilled again. I'm going to have to go for an ender tank soon and get some real lava going, but I'm going to throw this tank right up here. So now we've got tons and tons of paper going. We got a whole stack already. Let's make it even more. And if we need more than that, we can just keep throwing wood in the pulverizer and it'll automatically put it in a cyclic assembler and make us a bunch more paper. So we've got a stack plus 1. So really now all we have to do is decide whether or not we want to go for string or get a bunch of leather and make books to do some enchanting. If I can get a good supply of leather or string, maybe I will make the bookshelves required to increase the level of enchantments we get, just so it would save us a little bit on books. Well, I mean, it really, in the long run, it wouldn't save us on books anyway, because I'd need to make all the books to make all the bookshelves. I'm just going to light this up a little bit. We're going to call that an episode for today, guys. We ran about 30 minutes as usual. Next episode, we are going to continue with our enchantment table build. I would really like to get that ender core going. I don't know if that's going to happen next episode, but that is what I'm going to shoot for. This little entranceway I'm going to work on a little bit here too, in between episodes, and you'll see the design that I have for my entryways. Alright, so we'll call that an episode as always, guys. Give me a like if you liked the episode. Don't forget to just subscribe if you want to see more from my Let's Play, and we'll see you next time.